How is Jesus the Son of God? Today we're going to look at this concept very deeply, and let's start with understanding the word God and the word Jesus. Hello my dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Paradise. I'm Ismat. Okay, let's first look at the word God. Okay, what is God? Here is a video I made few years back explaining on the concept of God. Beyond our human journey here on earth, we are spiritual beings existing eternally in the universal existence. We spiritual beings have originated from God, the Supreme Consciousness. The make of this Supreme Consciousness is light and energy. The Supreme Consciousness is a thinking machine that processes data. Just like we human beings, very simple to understand if we just look at ourselves and how we process information and data, and we create whatever is in our environment, and we think and we interact with each other. So this Supreme Consciousness, this thinking machine, this consciousness is light, and this consciousness is also energy. At one point, this consciousness was just one single light energy existing in the existence itself. At one given moment, there was this huge explosion of this consciousness, and this is also known as the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory by scientists suggests that the universe came into being from an explosion. While there's some truth to the concept as to how the universe came into being, but it was not from an explosion. Rather, it was an expansion of God's energy and the light. The word explosion suggests that things are being thrown out of order. It's a destruction. But the universe was created by God in a very orderly fashion. Very intelligently, everything was expanded by the creation of God. Everything was an expansion from Him, all around Him, in an orderly fashion. It was a creation. Everything that came into being is from this luminous explosion of this Supreme Consciousness or God. And that consciousness of the light consciousness of God, or this Supreme Consciousness, also had exploded into infinite numbers of spirit beings. Each spirit being is a fragmented or divided part of that Supreme Consciousness. Thereby, each spirit being is also God. To understand a little bit deeper into that, as you know, God had said that let's make human in my mirror image. So let's take a look at a baby, how a baby is born into this world. Let's look at the anatomy of a human body from the onset of conception to the formed human bodily structures. An embryo starts its journey by first a sperm enters the egg, and then it forms into a zygote. Zygote is one cell that starts to divide into 2 cells, then 2 to 4 cells, and then 4 to 8 cells, and so on. So it starts to divide and keeps on dividing until it forms these wondrous human beings, and that has legs, hands, heart, all the organs, skin, hair, and all that. So from that one cell, it multiplied to billions of cells to form all these structures. So that's exactly how God made the universe. He expanded Himself into the creation. So He is the creator, and He created everything out of Him. Everything that is out there is an extension of God. Everything that we see as separate, it's not separate from God. It's still God, but in different forms of creation. So everything is God. God is omnipresent. The same way, spirits are also God. Okay? And when we come to earth, we come in a form of a soul. So that God is within us. Since this body is being run by that spirit, that soul, in a smaller version of that spirit is that soul. So we are here on earth having this human journey, and because we are in duality, so we go through the negatives in life and then we return back to our purity, and this is how we are recreating ourselves as the light that we are. So we human, this is how we came here, and all the spirits came here on earth, and then we are having this journey. So now let's take a look at the word Jesus. The word actually originates from the Aramaic or the Hebrew word Yehweh or Yeshua. That word later was adapted into English word as Jesus. So from Yahuwah or Yehweh, from there, and then Jesus in Greek, then Latin Jesus, and then later as Jesus. Okay. Well, the meaning of that word is the Lord is salvation. How did Jesus save us? What did Jesus save us from? How did that happen? Okay. For that, I have made a separate video explaining exactly how Jesus has saved us. You'll find the link in the description section of this video. Jesus, how is Jesus that Son of God? So remember how I said that God is that light and energy. So at one point he too exploded into billions or infinite numbers of spirits. Okay, those spirits are coming to earth and living these human experiences. But the central God remained. He is the central, the heart of creation, and He is the creator. He is the supreme God. So all these spirits are God. Now this central God also came on earth. So the difference between a spirit and God, there is no difference. So, but the difference right now in terms of authority, because He is the central, He is the main, the head of all creation. So He Himself came to earth. So Jesus in heaven is the Father God, and Jesus on earth is the Son to Father God in heaven. So that's the relationship. So He Himself, this is the smaller version of Him. Let me give you another example. Like let's say there is a spirit named John, and that spirit came to earth as a soul. Okay, and when he came to earth, let's say his parents named him Isaiah. The Isaiah is a smaller or the son version of the spirit John. The same way, Jesus is the Son of God. So the main God. This is the relationship between the Jesus on earth and Jesus in heaven, the God. All human beings here on earth, we all belong to God, because each spirit that was exploded or expanded into each spirit, every spirit is part of that God, and therefore every spirit is that God Himself. So we are all here on earth, we are a smaller version of that, all those spirits. Therefore we are all the sons of God. But there is one Son of the main God, that's Jesus. He Himself came down as the Jesus, the Son of God. So that's the explanation how Jesus is the Son of God. So that's all for today for this video. and check out how Jesus has saved humanity in the video that is in the description section of this video. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video.